So what I'm doing as I'm giving this cleansing is opening the 8th chakra, my Viracocha. If you're doing this just for yourself, then you don't need to, or you can look at my notes about how to open your Viracocha and what the Viracocha, the 8th chakra, is and represents. This is an egg cleansing, Huevo Limpia, and I have one fresh egg. Okay? So having asked for a volunteer who has an ache or a pain, Sarah has told me she's got a little ache in the back of her neck, which will be enough for us to use as an illustration, just to show you how this works. This is a traditional practice, shows up in cultures all over the world. But of course, as modern science and paracetamol and ibuprofen and all of these things have become available, we've been encouraged to move away from simple practices that enable us to self-manage our health. So I have this one egg. There's more in your back, I beg your pardon. Yep. So if you're doing this with someone else, ask them to tell you exactly where it is. So it's more in your back about here? Yeah. Okay. What I'd like you to do is tell me if this pressure is too much, or I can't actually put a lot more pressure on because I don't want to break the egg. Mm-hmm. So the first thing is to set your intention to what you're doing. Intention and action determine what happens. And I know it's here. And holding the egg in my hand, loosely, coming into a comfortable position myself, I let the egg roll inside my hand, between my hands and my partner's body, allowing it to go the way it wants to go while still controlling it a little bit, with the intention that it will pick up heavy energy that can be related to sickness or illness, aches, pains, inflammation, all sorts of things. And you let the egg roll the way it wants to. Sometimes, just like now, it feels like it sticks to one place. It's quite unusual, but this is what happens. And you allow it to move around the body. You can do the whole body. It's working on the side here. If you have an idea of the anatomy of the body, which organs are where, you might be thinking kidneys, something like this, the small of the back. It's like here felt heavier, here feels lighter, but I was just working this side. How are you doing, Sarah?
It feels really relaxing.
Feels really relaxing. That's good. That's good. Okay. So you have to be mindful. Some people get very ticklish in some parts of their body. Also, some people, we all have parts of our body that we don't really want to be touched by people, we're not, we don't know, or when you're on camera, all sorts of things. So this always works well over the outside of the body. You don't have to take off any clothes. And you keep going until you feel it's had the desired effect. You can do this for yourself, of course, which is part of the idea of showing you how to do this. And you can work on the front and the back of the body, back of the knees. There we go. That tickles. All right, I'll move away from that, but the egg actually wants to go in there. There we are. Is that tickling?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll just come down the leg. If it tickles anywhere else, let me know. Yeah. When you work with the feet or the hands or the ears, you're working with all of the reflexology points. So in a way, you work with the whole of the body here. This is quite quick. You can take as much time as you want. Yes, and if you just want to work on one or two focused areas of the body, if that's what's getting your attention, then that's all you have to do. Okay. Have I missed any bits that you can feel?
No.
Okay. So now I'm lifting up my Viracocha. Come to the end of the healing session. Okay, that's perfect. Thank you, Sarah. How do you feel? Very relaxed. You've gone from where you were in the start to halfway relaxed, now to very relaxed and calm. Do you want to stay here for a minute? Yep. Okay. So you can change your position if you want to. We're going to go outside and I'm just going to show people what to do with the egg now that we're finished. Okay. Thank you. So let's take good care of this egg. So I'm sure everybody knows how to dig a hole. but this is what you do. Here's what I've made earlier. I've dug a hole in the garden, in the earth, all right, at least so deep. You take the unbroken egg that you've carried outside carefully, okay, and you place it in the hole in the ground as deep as it will go without breaking it, and then just backfill all of the earth as if no one has ever been here. Okay. Now, we were just saying amongst ourselves that, you know, some of us have a living memory of grandparents doing something like this and then breaking the egg into a cup and looking at it to diagnose, to understand the malady that someone has been experiencing. And some people do this, and this kind of divination can be quite useful if done clearly and without projecting onto the egg and what it looks like, or the person, what the cause of the malady that's affecting them is. And that's not as easy to do. So, you know, and of course we have access to modern medicine as well. If you need to know the root cause of something in your health, you can see a doctor, and I recommend it. If you want to be able to manage your health at the same time, this is one of many practices you can use. So just put the egg into the ground hole, carefully backfill it with the earth, and leave it. Forget where it was, unless you're going to do this on a regular basis, in which case you dig holes in different places and put the eggs there, and let the egg and the heavy energy that's of no use to you, that causes your aches and pains and everything, let it return to the earth so that it can be composted, and instead of being something awkward or painful for yourself, gets recycled into new growth, new plants, spring bulbs. Okay, egg cleansing, Huevo Limpia. Thank you for watching.